Alright, we're here with Max Zarchin, former Salisbury guy. And Max, if you could introduce yourself and just tell us a little about your playing background and career and stuff like that.
Yeah, Max Zarchin, born in Annapolis, Maryland. Started playing lacrosse when I was about in second grade. Started playing goalie in third grade. Annapolis is like a hotbed of lacrosse. Sport hit that area relatively early, and it's been going strong since. Played my high school ball at St. Mary's, moved on to Salisbury, two-time national champion, got a couple All-American honors as well. A lot of competition in that Salisbury arena, but took a lot from that. Got involved with Xcelerate Lacrosse a couple years ago, doing camps with Steve Anderson, Billy Gladding. Been coaching 2 years at La Jolla High School in San Diego, California. Been living out there for about 3 years now.
And how long have you been working with Xcelerate then?
Started working with Steve last summer. Did a couple camps for him, Oregon State camp and this camp Evergreen, and I did the full circuit with him this year. I believe this is my 7th camp this summer. So
nice. And so what do you see that Xcelerate has to offer that a lot of other camps might not, or kind of thing like that?
It's very structured. I've worked a couple other camps, and they definitely weren't as structured as Steve's camps. Every skill, we start with a tutorial. We have a great coaching staff that introduce the skill, what you should be doing, and then we'll get right into drills to reinforce what the kids just learned. Then we break off later on into camp into team play, and we get a lot of great competition. And the kids can, again, apply the skills that they learned in the previous 2 days of camp.
So as someone who's played at a very high caliber of lacrosse, how would you say these affect your game, and how important are these as you're growing up as a kid?
Lacrosse is one of the sports you really got to focus on the fundamentals before you can really move on to bigger and better things. You know, you got to hit the wall, you got to develop a left hand, you got to know how to pick the ball up the right way, you got to know how to play defense the right way. You got to know how to utilize a 2-on-1. These are just a few things, but in order to play at the next level, you really got to iron out these simple skills. And what Xcelerate does is we introduce these skills in a very practical manner, and we institute some great drills to reinforce what these kids are learning.
Okay, and so as moving on to kind of a grow the game idea, as you've moved out here, obviously from Salisbury, Maryland, which is a very common hot spot, what are your impressions of the game and how it's advanced and grown in the past several years since you've been out here?
It's funny, like I said, I've only been doing this for 2 years now for Steve, but it's weird. I can definitely see an improvement between last year and this year, and I think that gives testament to not only just the area and what it's doing with the sport, but also to Steve and Xcelerate and what he's been able to do in the Pacific Northwest and helping develop this sport. I've only been out here for a couple years now, but I can definitely see an improvement between last year and this year. The kids are starting at an earlier age. They're getting into the sport. It's becoming larger on a national scale. It's getting on TV more, so kids are definitely generating a little bit more interest at an earlier age, similar to what was happening in the East Coast, decades ago. So, they're a little late to the party, but good things to come, definitely. I like what I see out here.
Awesome. All right, we'll end on a little lighter note. So my buddy Ben Gable, I was telling you about this earlier, has some choice words and told me to give you a little slack about the 06 championship game. Any words for him?
No, he got me. He got me good. So there's not much I can say to that one. Wish I could have faced him in the 07 game. I feel like I would have had the better of him that time around. But he played a hell of a game in that 06 game.
All right.
Put the team on his back.
Awesome. Thanks, Max.